If you've tried to get jacked, but every time you go on a gaining phase, you put on body fat, hate what you see in the mirror and go on a cut again. And instead of doing that, you want to go on a solid 6-month muscle gaining phase, this is the video for you. This was me 6 months after my son was born. I struggled to be consistent. But when I applied the 5 rules that I'm sharing with you in this video, here is my result. I'm the same weight in both of these pictures, but I feel a heck of a lot better in the after. I use the same rules with my clients who get results like these. So let's get started with the first rule. Commit to the muscle gain phase. There will come a time when you look in the mirror and question whether you're getting fat or jacked. If you're ticking all the right boxes, which I'll tell you about shortly, then you will be gaining both fat and muscle, but mainly muscle. You have to accept a little bit of fat gain. Your dream body is built in gaining phases, so you need to commit to this phase to see a difference in 12 months' time. Yes, that's right, 1 whole year. But it's worth it because you won't look skinny next year. And between now and then, time is going to pass anyway, so you may as well do what you need to do to get jacked. So over the next 12 months, you need to spend at least 10 of those months in a small calorie surplus. You can plan a 4 to 8 week cut before your next holiday, so you're feeling good when you whip your top off at the pool, but you need to stick with the process for the rest of the time. Even when your ego is lying to you and telling you that you're just gaining fat and you need to diet. Don't listen to it, because if you do this properly, you won't gain much fat. And you will know that if you track the right data. So what do you need to track? There are so many data points you can track, but let me tell you the important ones. We will start with nutrition. You need to know how many calories and how much protein you're eating every single day. Yes, it's a pain in the ass to track, but not enough calories and you won't put your body into an anabolic state, which means you won't build muscle. Not enough protein and you won't have the building blocks to build muscle. If you want to find out how many calories you need to eat per day and how much protein you need, you can download the coaching log that I use with my clients. On the first tab, you can work out your calories. On the other tabs, you can track all of the data you need to know if you're making progress or not. I'll touch on nutrition again later and go into the details so you have a better idea of what you should be eating. So what data can you track to know if your body is changing in the right way? Number 1, your daily body weight. Number 2, measure your waist circumference every week. And number 3, take weekly progress photos. Let's give you a bit more detail on each one. Body weight should go up every week. Too quickly, you'll probably be gaining fat. Too slowly, and you're missing out on gains. Take your weight every day, then take an average for the week. You can then compare the average from one week to the next. You want to aim for an increase of 0.25% of your body weight per week. Your waist measurement will increase, but you don't want it to go up too quickly. Over a 6-month period, you know you're doing a decent job if your waist doesn't go up more than 2 inches. Lastly, progress photos. Find a way to take them every week and compare them from week to week. I balance my phone on the stairs, set a self-timer and take a photo. You won't see huge differences at the start, but over time they become very useful. I felt like I was getting fat after gaining over 6 kilos of weight, but looking at my progress photos and still having abs put my mind at ease. The last piece of data you need to track are your gym lifts. You should be lifting more weight over time. This is called progressive overload, and this is the stimulus that tells your body that you need more muscle. So if you're winging every session and lifting the same as you did 6 months ago, don't expect to build any muscle. But now we're talking about lifting weights, let's move on to the third rule. Train with intensity. Most people waste time in the gym. Every session, they use the same machines, lift the same weights, and do the same amount of reps. They never challenge themselves or try to lift more. These people will never build muscle unless they train with intensity. You want to aim for failure on every single working set you do. You can get results stopping with 1 or 2 reps in the tank, but most people don't actually know what that genuinely feels like. So aiming for failure means that you don't sell yourself short and you do actually train with enough intensity. So aim for failure on every single working set that you do, as long as it is safe, of course. If you're training on your own, don't go to failure on a barbell bench press as you'll just get stuck and that's not fun. Or if your form is starting to look a bit rogue, then just stop there. Otherwise, this is what failure looks like. The last rep should be a struggle. You might try another one and only manage half a rep, which doesn't count, but it's good to do. A good tip is to film yourself in the gym and watch the video back. If your first rep and your last rep are the same speed, you can do more reps. If you're not pulling a face or making a noise, you can do more reps. If your range of motion decreases with each rep, you can improve your form. Use videos as feedback and to keep yourself accountable in the gym. This is why I ask my clients for videos of their lifts. When they start, they're rarely training with good form and at the right intensity. But after a month of feedback, their technique looks like they've been training for years and they train harder than 99% of people in their gym. And their results reflect that effort. Now that you understand gym intensity, let's move on to nutrition. Nail your nutrition. Training is what tells your body to change. Nutrition is the part that supports that change. The only way your body can get the vitamins and minerals it needs to thrive is through the food you eat, except for vitamin D, which you get from spending time in the sun or supplements. But building muscle is a tough task for your body and it needs all the help it can get. And one reason most people fail is the quality of their nutrition is terrible. They eat like kids who are left alone in a supermarket to eat whatever they want. Or they have the ethos of, I need to eat big to get big, and they get a KFC or a Five Guys after a leg session. Then they wonder why they get fat. Here's how to approach your muscle building nutrition. Firstly, work out how many calories you need. You can do that with the free coaching log that I've linked below. Next, aim for 90% of your foods to come from whole, minimally processed sources that actually fuel you. Eating like this takes more effort, but I promise you it is worth it. If you buy a Lamborghini, you'll use premium fuel to keep it running well. So if you want a body better than 99% of other men, you need to put the best foods in it. Because if you go for convenient and ultra-processed foods, your body will quickly become inflamed, you'll feel tired and lethargic, and that makes building muscle very hard to do. The best way to build a meal is start with protein, add veg, add a carb source, add some fats, and you're done. This last point is massively overlooked, but I think it's the most important part. Let's talk about the importance of enjoying life outside of the gym. I heard this quote on a Fitness Bro podcast. Health is wealth, but fitness is freedom. It made me realize how much better life is when you're strong and you like the way that you look. So making sure you enjoy your new strength and body outside of the gym is an important part of the process. Whether that's wanting to take your kids swimming so you can walk out poolside with your top off, or looking forward to dressing up because all your favorite t-shirts are tight around the arm and loose around the belly. But noticing these things is important because you'll want to go to the gym to maintain the quality of your life. And sadly, as we get older, our muscle mass is going to decline. And so the more muscle mass we have now, the longer it's going to be before other people have to wipe our bum because we can't do it. But here's a tip to improve your mindset. Do a gratitude diary where you write down everything that you're grateful for because of your fitness. Here are a few of mine. I've recently taken up skateboarding with my little boy, something I couldn't do without the strength and fitness I've built up at the gym. Carrying my two kids home from town is easy, and I love how they feel safe in my arms. Guaranteed, every walk we do, they're going to get tired and they're going to need me to carry them. So I may as well make sure I'm strong enough to do it. My kids also think I'm the strongest dad in the world, which isn't true, but I just nod along because who am I to shatter that dream for them? So if you really want to build your dream body, focus on these 5 rules and in 6 months' time, you'll be in a great place. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.